Patriotic drag queen Kim Trailz is locked in a nasty custody battle with his ex-husband, slimy English media personality Morgan Pierce. Pierce claims that Trailz is too unhinged to competently raise their adopted charges and is suing for sole custody. Trailz, in addition to suing for sole custody himself, is bringing a strong countersuit against Pierce to have him deported because of Pierce's alleged subversion of the U.S. Constitution and being a, quote, globalist Hillary shill, hunty. And yes, that's a read.
I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny.
Well, there we go. I mean, I didn't say anything important. It's Kim Trailz.
Hunties, I am on the lookout for globalist conspirators. I'm tired of it. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm about to come untucked if we don't put these people in jail before they sink this entire globe into their prison complex of the interdimensional mind. And yes, that is a read.
Okay, great. So we also have in the courtroom Morgan Pierce.
Traitor.
Okay, so today...
Enemy.
So we are arguing, so we have two things. We have a custody battle going on, and then Kim is also arguing for Morgan Pierce's deportation.
He is not fit for U.S. citizenship, much less residence. He is here to subvert our Constitution. Multiple amendments he has attempted to subvert, as I aim to prove today. Very loudly and very emphatically.
Okay, so Morgan, tell me, y'all. I mean, look, this custody battle's been going on for 2 years or a year, it seems. You tell me, guys, what's going on. Morgan, you start.
Lies, fake news.
Okay.
Especially you, Kim.
Oh, man.
It is the duty of every patriotic American to interrupt Satan at every possible opportunity.
Awesome. Well, Piers, I do apologize. You've been muted this whole time, but you are not muted now. So...
And cut!
No, it's good. So... You are claiming that Kim is unstable to raise your 3 adopted charges.
She's unstable to even exist, much less raise children.
Okay. What are some examples of...
I've got a radioactive half-life, baby. I emanate patriotism and love for Christ.
So the best
And I serve
the best
looks.
Kim.
the best case I have, the best example that I can think of, there was one time when we were driving with our 3 charges, and Kim was like, "Let's do some heroin," and I couldn't disagree.
Halloween?
Kim,
Let's do some Halloween.
heroin.
Oh, heroin. Okay.
So we find a dealer in this shady street in the middle of Chicago. We stop. I don't think Kim really knew what I don't think Kim really knew what heroin was. So we stop and we offer payment, and he pulls out the syringe to give it to Kim, and all of a sudden Kim just screams, "Vaccines, autism," pulls out a gun, screams Second Amendment, shoots the dealer, and then instructs me to drive off.
Wait, hold on. Are you admitting to a count of murder in this courtroom today?
I don't think he was murdered.
To eliminate someone peddling smack on the streets of Democratic stronghold Chicago. Like, I did that city a favor.
And I mean, we are arguing for the custody of children, and you're telling me that you went out, got heroin, and then murdered a man, and then drove away.
I disposed of the heroin, and I disposed of the drug dealer. I was the living embodiment of the Second Amendment. Take back our country, people. And be fierce and dusted while you do it.
So where is the, like, what shows her mental instability, specifically, in this situation?
I mean, literally every word of that story. Did you not just hear what I said?
All I did was I told that drug dealer to sashay away.
Interesting. I also have here into evidence a text message that was submitted to you into the court, Morgan.
First name, last name, it doesn't matter.
I know, yeah.
He has 2 last names and 2 first names.
Of an argument that you had via text over a McChicken. Do you, Kim? Why don't you explain this situation to me from your eyes?
This is clearly something that the Democratic Party hacked my phone to make my phone say. This event did not happen. It is a false flag operation by the Democratic Party, who is busted as fuck and is not fierce enough to lead this country into a better tomorrow.
Would you say it's a lie, like Hillary's emails?
Sashay away, Shantae.
Would you say it's a lie in the way of Hillary's emails?
Absolutely, it is exactly the same kind of situation.
And point proven.
So,
see, this is what he does on his CNN show. He throws a lot of fake news at you and tries to confuse you. It's a common globalist New World Order tactic to keep you distracted so that you are not serving looks and serving your country.
I see. So that leads into the deportation. What are your grounds of his deportation exactly?
He has been on his CNN show subverting a number of different amendments to our blessed Constitution, came directly from God above. Blessed be her name. He subverts the Second Amendment by calling for gun control, and he also subverts the Third and Fourth Amendments, saying protecting you against having to house soldiers in your domicile and unlawful searches and seizures by allowing soldiers and police officers to come into our home without a warrant and do all sorts of strip teases at his birthday parties.
If you're doing nothing wrong, you have nothing to hide.
Okay, do you have...
That is exactly what the globalists want you to think.
Do you have proof of any of these claims going forward, starting with the Second Amendment? Do you have proof of his stance on gun control as opposed... Because, I mean, this is the United States. He is entitled to an opinion. So an opinion gets you deported?
The Constitution is only meant to protect U.S. citizens. Everyone else gets deported if you try to subvert the Second, Third, Fourth, or any of the amendments except the ones that had to deal with slavery after the Civil War that I am not in favor of for some reason.
I don't think you know how the Constitution works.
I do have to admit, it's really hard to understand.
Like a New World Order propagandist is going to tell me how the Constitution works, Hunty. Sashay away.
What about the Third Amendment? What? Reiterate that one.
The Third Amendment states that you do not have to house soldiers. They cannot be quartered in your house.
So how do you have? Did he quarter soldiers in your home?
He regularly gets men from Fort Hood to come over into the house and lets them sleep over at night.
I'm sorry. May I say something here?
Yes.
Those weren't real soldiers or policemen. Those were male strippers that you specifically asked me to bring into our relationship because it was failing, and you wanted to spice up the bedroom.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's more New World Order propaganda. He is trying to smear my character. I would never call in Obama's Antifa super soldiers or the police into my home without a warrant. I have constitutional rights that must be protected, hunty.
Well, so...
And yes, that is a read of the Constitution.
But you're also, Kim, not providing evidence that he...
Look, all the evidence you need, Your Honor, is that I am very loud and very confident in what I am saying.
Well, I say that...
Look all around you. The evidence is on our money. It is in the architectural layout of Washington, D.C. It is in the doctored photos of our flat Earth that you see promulgated by round earther globalist conspiracy theorists.
Oh, so you believe that the Earth is flat?
It's not something I believe. It's something that the Bible tells me to be true. And yes, that is a read of the Bible.
I don't remember the Bible saying that the Earth was flat.
It's like, well, look at it again. It's all hidden in codes that the so that the Illuminati will not globally ban the sales of the Bible. It had to be hidden in code by true believers and patriots like myself. Fine patriotic American citizens who were around at the time of the authorship of the Bible, who were warning off a satanic, intergalactic, interdimensional invasion of our Earth that Jesus Christ was put on Earth to stop, along with Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln.
And I'd like to point out that this just plays into the mental instability that I was referring to earlier. I mean, on top of all
I'm the same
that,
one on the planet, on this prison planet.
on top of all that, Kim also believes that Obama had weather control machines, not to mention forcing us to get married at Ground Zero.
Oh, Ground Zero.
I wanted to commemorate our holy matrimony at the site where the globalists did their false flag operation that thrust us into the global war on terror, when the war that we ought to be fighting, Hunty, is against the interdimensional invasion of Satan and his minions, detailed in the documentary video game Doom.
Interesting. So...
Our wedding served as a reminder for all that in a roundabout way.
You...
Don't think about it too hard. Just feel it. Feel it in your heart of patriotic hearts.
I still, in your list of reasoning, have yet to hear a reason why he should be deported.
Look, clearly the New World Order globalists have gotten to you, Judge, and you are not thinking clearly, or otherwise you would process all the information that I am giving you exactly as it's very simple. It's very simple. There is an intergalactic, interdimensional warfare being waged against the patriotic citizens of the United States of America by all other countries on the world, around the world, and the bankers, and the Rothschilds, and the Obamas, and the Clintons, and the Queen of England, and which is, by the way, where Morgan comes from. So there's your connection right there. He's taking his orders directly from Queen Elizabeth to subvert the U.S. Constitution and all of its amendments.
Do you have proof that, Morgan, that your ex-husband knows the Queen of England? Do you have evidence to support this? That this is happening? Do you have any evidence to support anything that you're saying right now?
I'm very loud and very red. Pay attention to me.
I see. Okay.
Red used to be my favorite color on you.
It's like you're not going to do this to me again, Morgan. It's like you worked your satanic seduction on me one time. We adopted 3 different times, but I'm going to rescue our adoptees from you, and I'm going to get you deported back to England, where you belong. The Queen of England won't be able to send you to subvert the U.S. Constitution on CNN anymore.
Let's talk
Nando's
more
chicken
about,
is better than McChicken.
Sashay away
Let's talk more. Let's
to the UK.
Let's elaborate more on these adoptees. I have on record their names are Michigan Kerm, which is an interesting name. Kerm and Pepe.
That's right. Our three precious babies. Nothing's more important than family. That's why
That
Satan is always trying to subvert it.
Okay. How old?
It's like,
How old
Shantae,
are
you stay with your family.
How old are your 3 children?
They're all just around 2 years.
2 years?
All of them are about 2 years old.
All of them are 2 years. Okay.
We adopted them shortly after he used his satanic Englishman powers to seduce me into a marriage.
So that was shortly after you got married. You adopted these children.
That is correct.
Okay, perfect. So, in this time, I have to say, this case is concerning. Kim, your behavior is a little concerning.
Clearly, you don't appreciate the patriotic fervor of a fierce, dusted, sickening queen. Like, clearly, my looks are so sickening that you cannot even focus on the truth that I am serving along with the looks that I am serving.
I will say that your looks are very sickening.
Thank you for that
But
compliment,
I don't
Your
know
Honor.
if I mean it in the good way.
Shantae, you stay.
I don't know if I mean it in the good way.
I mean, let's be honest here, Judge. I do have this spot-on British accent going for me, but apart from that, I don't have much else going on. Beggars, choosers, that old chestnut.
Right.
He's just mad because he can't pal around with Donald Trump anymore because Donald Trump got red-pilled, and so he doesn't
Donald
talk to
Trump
he
has
doesn't-
been a
he
good
doesn't
friend
talk
of
to
mine
Pierce Morgan.
for
He
these
doesn't
10
talk
odd
to Morgan
years,
Pierce anymore.
and
He
I
doesn't talk to,
defy you. I defy you to prove me
Brett, what's his
different.
face?
What are you saying?
Donald Trump does keep Joan Rivers' head in a jar on his desk.
Okay, that's an interesting claim, but we won't even go.
It's a
into
fact.
it. Okay. Yes, fact. Sure. What were you saying, Morgan?
Donald Trump has been a close personal friend of mine these 10 odd years, and I defy you to prove any different.
I prove it because he has been red-pilled, and he's going to lead this country into a better tomorrow. Slay Queen!
So you
Slay ISIS Queen!
Oh, okay. So what makes you a more appropriate guardian to these 3 adoptees than Morgan would, Kim?
I'm an American. I am fierce. I'm fiercer than fierce. I'm sickening.
So because you're American, you're a better parent.
That is patently obvious. The UK and most of Europe has fallen under the sway of Marxist, postmodern Marxist indoctrination, and they are being overtaken by Muslims, the frontline soldiers of Satan's interdimensional war against Christianity and freedom.
Wow, that was a mouthful of words.
Kim, are you reading off the script? We both know you couldn't name a single shred of any sort of work by Marx.
Look, I don't need to know about the original works of Marx. All I need to know is that postmodern Marxist, cultural Marxism is taking over our universities. It's taken over the governments of Europe. It has taken over just about the entire world, and only the fierce patriotic queens here in America are brave enough to stand against it. Like such patriots as Alice Jones and Jordan Peterson and other sickening queens. And Kim Trailz is going to be right there at the front lines fighting the battle for freedom and MAC makeup.
I guess Pierce. I think your point of mental instability has been proven.
Thank you.
Oh, I see you're all conspiring against me. I see how it is.
Are the children here? Are the children here in the courtroom today?
Yes,
Where are my babies?
I have them in this briefcase.
Okay. In your briefcase? What?
They're very happy there.
I hope you poked enough holes in there. I hope they're getting all the air they need.
I put some twigs and leaves.
And I hope you're not giving them that special water you keep trying to give them.
Okay.
Just
so,
tap water?
Okay, so
It's like,
apparently...
Judge, he's abusing our children. There's our babies. There they are.
Okay, so wait, they're not children. They're frogs.
There are babies, Judge. Our precious babies that we adopted soon after he used his satanic powers to seduce me into a non-consensual marriage.
They mean more to me than any child.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're arguing over the custody of 3 frogs.
I'm trying to save our babies from this man. He has given them poisoned, toxic water, and he's trying to turn our freaking frogs straight.
It's just fucking tap water.
That is full of fluoride and other chemicals that is being dropped into the water supply by our, or at least they were until Trump got elected, by the globalist conspiracy headed by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, who have a secret marriage.
Wait, whoa. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have a secret marriage?
That's a minor point. That's a minor point. That's a point for another day. I'm just saying that they're poisoning the water to turn the freaking frogs straight.
Okay.
I'm pissed. I'm sick. I'm sickened about this. I'm about to come untucked.
Okay.
I'm tired of it.
Well, this actually makes it a little easier. Custody belongs with whoever purchased the frogs. Do either of you have a receipt for the frogs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yep. Let's see.
He did not purchase those frogs with Bitcoin, and therefore the purchase is not valid in the sight of God.
I do. Yep. I see where cardholder Morgan Pierce. Yes. Unfortunately, Kim, in case of custody, Pierce bought these frogs. And they're unable to consciously pick a partner to go with. In terms of the deportation, you married, therefore he is a citizen. Any of his opinions are null and void. It doesn't matter what his
I see what this is. This is you're in on it, Judge. You are in on the New World Order globalist conspiracy to make sure that I do not win the current season of Drag Race All-Stars and to take my babies away from me.
Judge, you can see how exhausting this was on a daily basis, clearly.
He's in on it. RuPaul is in on it.
Well, I mean, do you have a copy of your marriage license?
Yes, we have it right here. Not that I accept the validity of such a document.
Okay, so...
As you can see, I didn't even sign it. I do not accept the validity of government intrusion into marriage.
So...
I'm tired of being socially engineered.
You didn't sign it, you fucking wanker.
You didn't sign the marriage certificate.
Okay,
obviously
Judge,
not. I would never sign a government document giving away my rights like that in an invasion of my privacy.
Can I explain? Can I explain what happened?
Sure. I mean, I'm seeing a unsigned marriage certificate, meaning that your marriage is null and void.
This is of no fault of mine. So here's the situation. We walked into the courtroom to get this approved.
At ground zero.
At ground zero, yes. We walked up to the official, and I signed the document that was presented to me, and Kim was like, I left my phone in the car, can you go get it? And I said, sure, I can go get that.
Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr.
Yes, in the presence of Donald Trump, our close personal friend,
both
and his son.
Both of us, for some reason.
Okay.
For some time now, yes. So I went to retrieve Kim's phone, and on my way back, Kim met me in the hallway and said, "Don't worry, it's all taken care of." And then we left. I had no idea this was not ratified.
See, and it was the perfect trick because, as everyone would know, Kim Trailz would never own a smartphone. That's how the globalists can track you. It was the perfect crime.
I was deceived. I'm the victim here. I had no idea.
It turns out I deceived the deceiver.
Well,
I out Satan through
unfortunately,
my patriotic fervor and fierce looks.
Unfortunately, due to current circumstances, I'm going to need to see your visa.
I was a
What's
legal
his credit
citizen
card
by
have to do with it?
association. I have a visa, but it is here. It is.
I mean, I'm going
I
to
know
have
he
to
has
see
visa.
it.
I maxed it out many times buying wigs and MAC makeup.
Let's see.
Here you are, Judge.
Okay.
Oh, that kind of visa.
It looks like your visa did expire June 6th, 2016.
Well, yes, because
Ooh,
we were
suck on
married. I
that.
thought I was a legal citizen.
Suck on
I
that,
thought
Morgan.
we were married.
I always knew I could put my faith in government documents.
So, unfortunately, Kim's call for deportation, it's ruled. But, on the flip side, you get to take the frogs, Morgan.
No!
The frogs
no!
are yours.
The water in England's definitely gonna turn my frogs straight.
Yep.
Can I just say,
Mm-hmm.
Nando's
it's the wrong kind of
chicken.
sickening.
Nando's chicken will always be better than a McDonald's McChicken.
It's like, you get the hell out of my country. Just get the hell out of my country.
The only reason I was even here is because I was gunning for Matt Lauer's slot on the Today Show.
And like, you almost had it. You almost had it, but then you had to go and mess it up.
You're a fucking wanker, you are.
You didn't curry enough favor with your globalist overlords in the Jewish-controlled media.
I do wish, it's always a sad day when marriages like this fall apart. You seem like a lovely couple, but case dismissed.
That's right. Sashay away.
Looks
Sashay
like
away,
there's another
son.
season of Britain's Got Talent for me.